Hi, this is Dr. Linda Shell of lindashell.com. On the best of days, effective leadership can be a challenge. Inspiring staff, building teams, managing resources all play a part in effective and impactful leadership. During this crisis, many of the traditional rules seem to go out the window as we grapple with the reality of our present situation. To effectively lead in this time of crisis, there are a few steps to follow. Acknowledge today's reality, don't panic, communicate early and often, and take responsibility. First, acknowledge today's reality. Time for a reality check. Yes, it's really happening. It's not a dream. The crisis is upon you. Asking the expected why questions are only human, but really don't move us forward as we lead our teams. Set the past aside, own your present circumstance, and embrace that things will be different in the future. Look for ways to innovate and inspire the what can be. Next, don't panic, breathe. In times of crisis, many leaders simply freeze or in turn start doing multiple things without complete plans. Stop and be still for a moment and simply breathe. Find a quiet place. Assess your present situation and identify the options available to you and your team. Come out of this quiet time with resolve, not to overreact, but to calmly and methodically build confidence in all you lead. If you don't panic, your team is less likely to panic as well. And third, communicate early and often. It sounds obvious, but it's not. In times of crisis, it is more important than ever to communicate freely and openly with those you lead. At the onset, identify the key items that you as a leader wish to communicate. Over-communication is not a problem in times of crisis. Remember that communication is a dialogue. Leaders also need to practice active listening as your implementation teams may be hesitant to share their true thoughts and feelings. Precise information delivered at the right time will enhance your team's engagement and trust. Finally, take and expect responsibility. As leaders, we must own our behaviors and decisions, as well as the outcomes associated with them. The worst thing we can do is to deflect, blame shift, and not take full responsibility. Your teams will watch how you own what you do. With you as the example, they will also feel comfortable doing the same. A great example of these steps in action is the 2019 implementation of PDPM. Organizations that followed these simple steps have potential for better outcomes. They accepted PDPM was really going to happen, acted quickly to get plans in place, educated, engaged their teams, and created dual tracks of operations to catch errors. As previously stated, there is no playbook for leaders to follow during these times. When all the world feels out of control, leaders must practice self-leadership. Take control of your reality, plans, and actions, and you will be a role model for others to follow. Remember that this crisis will eventually pass. Now is the time to positively influence those you lead and cement your legacy as leader. By remembering to start with these simple steps, you'll not only pursue better outcomes from the crisis, but also bring inspiration to those you lead.